Hey guys, let's start off with our week one predictions right here. I'm just going to write down the line, the order they are, and bear with me because I'm trying to do a split screen thing here, so it might be a little screwy for a minute. Matchup one, Yoba Goy versus Satriali's Pork Store. You guys know how I am with my own predictions of myself, but I don't think there's a sane way I could predict myself to win here. Big Tony has used his salesmanship to give himself an all-star cast right here. He even got lucky enough to have Tom Brady not get suspended to get a top quarterback right there. Looking at Big Tony's team, I think we all agree that he is an obvious favorite for week one. If I was lucky enough to have my number one pick, Le'Veon Bell, not suspended, perhaps I'd have a close shot, but right now he's projected to beat me by about 37, 38 points. Well, projections mean absolutely nothing. I think he has enough weapons in his arsenal to completely destroy me. So this is one of the first times that I'm going to say it. I think I'm going to lose week one. I think Big Tony's got the edge on me. I don't think I can beat him. I'm just, if history says anything, I can't beat Tony week one. Next matchup, we have Barry versus Mike. Let's see, I haven't even looked at this one yet, to be honest with you. Oh, wow. Okay. Again, look at the totals real quick that I projected. It looks like Barry has a serious edge on him. Looking at the team, and with some changes, yeah, it looks like Barry's team looks pretty solid. He's got a couple of questionables on there. Hopefully his players work out for him. But, yeah. Depending, I think if that trade goes through, yeah, it looks like I gotta give this one to Barry. It's pretty obvious. He's just got more weapons. It depends, though. I mean, Mike can have a chance if some of his players really pan out, but I think Barry just has too many weapons. Even though he was an auto draft and he had a couple of guys that weren't even able to play, I think Barry's gonna take the edge for week one. Hopefully, by not too much of a landslide, but I think he's gonna take this one. We got Little Tony versus the Dinklage crew versus Daryl. We say it every year because we love to bust Little Tony's chops, but we all want to see Little Tony lose because he is one of the cockiest guys that there are, especially even though he's got Calvin Johnson. Projections are pretty close, but ultimately, I'm going to predict Daryl for this one. Daryl's got a lot of players that could do some monster numbers. Macklin's going to have a great year. Jimmy Graham, I think they're underrating him, major. It's still Jimmy Graham. And he's got Gronk. He's got both of them. So there's some major weapons right there. Forte can always do big, especially in a PPR league. Little Tony is banking on his receivers, which they are amazing, but if his receivers have bad days, he's really going to be hurting. And those aren't major PPR receivers. I mean, Des Bryant is, but T.Y. Hilton might not be. You never know. A.J. Green, he could flop really easily. So even though ESPN gives Little Tony the edge for projected total, I'm giving this one to Daryl. I just think that he's got more guys that could blow up bigger on his side. Now, here's the matchup that I am really interested in seeing, and it's just my opinion. Tell me I'm crazy, but Will, I think your team is really going to be hurting. You've got a lot of questionable picks from draft, and as a fan, I think you kind of screwed yourself there. You got a few guys that could be next to nothing for you. I think you're just hoping that J.J. Watt really pulls it out in the end. But going over to Jay's team, let's see. Jay. You made some questionable trades, Jay. We told you about that, which I think you should not have done. But, if you still got Drew Brees, you still got Marshawn Lynch, you got Emmanuel Sanders could be really good. Maybe Sammy Watkins gets you a couple points, you never know. Flacco is always a good fantasy quarterback. People don't like him because he does suck, but he's a good fantasy quarterback. So you need a full team effort, Jay, I think, to pull this out. I'm not even going to predict a winner here because I have no idea. I think that both teams are questionable in a lot of areas. But all I know is that you guys have a seriously good hat bet for a month. The loser has to wear the winner's hat of choice for a month, which I think is going to be fantastic. So I can't wait to see the hat that gets pulled out for the loser. So let's let's just hope that that's a good one. I wish everyone good luck this week. You know what's new for us? We've got the defensive players, and that is a big what if for a lot of people, because you know what? They don't do projections for those. So while the projections are up, there's basically a zero for all those defensive players. And when you get someone like J.J. Watt, I mean, who scores 240 points a year, you know, projection for him is high. It's like a good tight end. So that's major right there. Well, some guys, you just don't know what they're going to do. You know, remember, tackles or sacks are huge. So you want players with sacks. If you don't have someone that gets a lot of sacks, you're almost wasting your time in getting someone that's going to do okay. The head coach thing, I think, could be really interesting this year. Again, could throw things off in a completely different way. A head coach could be up to 15 points up or down for your team, and you might think you have them for a lock for the win. But if you don't, it's minus points, plain and simple. It's not that you're getting zero. You're getting zero for that position. You're getting minus. So the head coach, I think, could be a big sway either way. So there's a lot of positions that could go, that could change things. A lot of things that could go awry for a lot of people. So, guys, it's only week 1. We got a long way to go. We have months to go. So don't be looking at your fantasy scores every 5 seconds, because it changes a lot over the course of the week. But I wish everyone the best of luck, and everyone have fun.